Alright, everyone, how's it going? It's Jin here, and the commentary today is going to be about commentaries. And I wanted to do this because I looked over the last couple I did, even though the quality test only talked for like 45 seconds or even less than that, is for some reason, I mean, if you've never heard your voice before, trying it, I mean, it'll blow your mind. Like when I heard my voice for the first time played back, I was like, whoa, like that sounds awful. Like what you hear when you hear yourself talk is nothing what you're actually saying. It's something to do with like the vibration of your jawbone. So, and that's what I was saying in the previous video, which is why my headset broke. Um, but apart from the commentaries, the sound of your voice is also actually commentating for a start. I mean, I don't know if you ever thought about it yourself, but it's not as easy as it looks. I mean, I don't think there's been a video yet where I've just done it in the first take and nailed it. I mean, there'll be a certain point maybe you stutter or you forget what you're saying or what you're talking about, and you're like, God damn it! And it's especially annoying because you've talked for like 5 or 6 minutes, and after the 5 or 6 minutes you've said something wrong or forgot even what you were going to say, and you've got to start all over again. I mean, you will repeat some things, but I mean, I like to wing it. I don't like to. I mean, all I've got is the topic, and that's it. Everything else is. I just prefer it to be natural because I think you can tell that. I think you can tell when somebody's reading off a script, which is why it would probably be easier if I could write everything down, like each wee individual topic, and kind of get a layout. But I prefer doing it like this because I think it feels like much more natural. And commentaries, as I said, they're not easy. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's about talking to a computer screen. I mean, you talk to a friend, it seems to be natural, and this is what I try to do. Is if I'm talking to a friend, just to one person, and I don't know. It's much harder than it looks. I mean, try it yourself. If you get any sort of like audio software that can capture your voice, just try talking to like a computer screen for like 2 minutes, and you'll see what it's like. So that's what this video is. A failed double Moab. You'll see how I get killed. It's a typical FMG nightmare. And I thought, oh man, 10.5 minutes long. What the hell am I going to talk about all this time? And that's why the commentary came into my mind because, I mean, I don't know, especially me, I'm a bit overcritical, probably more than I should be, especially since I'm just starting out. But in the last video, I was talking about speaking so fast, and I'm still going to do that way because obviously I'm so small, I'm not getting much views, so I can just do what the hell I want at this point. Hey, I could stick in, I don't know, 2.5 minutes of music and I wouldn't be copyrighted or taken off YouTube because nobody notices it to find it, so hey, I can do what the hell I want. Uh, let's get past this. What the hell was I going to talk about now? Well, what the hell? Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Joining party with strangers, for example. If you're online and you just come into the game and you see one friend's playing, so he's like, "Oh, I can't join. I'm playing with a party, and will you go? Okay, let me." And he goes, "I'll invite you." So they invite you in the party, and there's like four dudes that you don't even know, you've never spoke to before, and you try to be cool with them. You know what I mean? Because you know one guy, and they'll be friendly to you, but some of them will like tell like jokes and shit that you don't really get, or like you don't know how to take it. Like I had one guy, I joined his party through a friend, and uh, I can't remember. I was basically talking to her. I was like, I've got like family, and well, as far as me, say my mum's English, my dad's Scottish, and like my grandparents are Irish. So I was like, oh, everything but Wales. I was like, fuck Wales, just as a joke. You know what I mean? That's stuff how I feel. And then some guy was talking about, I can't even know how he got into it, but talking about sheeps or something. And then he's like, oh, what's your mum's name? And I went, Sylvana. And then he's like, oh, that's the sheep's name. I was like, is that supposed to be funny or something? I mean, obviously it's supposed to be a joke, but I mean, I didn't know how to take it because I'd never spoke to the guy before, so I didn't really know his sense of humour. And then, I don't know, it's just, and that's what I've felt. Has that ever happened to you? Where you're like in the position where you just like try to be cool with everybody, but you don't really know if they're taking the piss at you or if they're just trying to have a laugh because you don't know their sense of humour? When it's happened a few times, so now that's what I'm saying. I mean, I must have 40, 50 people on my friends list, and I pay with like six because it's the people that I play with a lot and I know very well, rather than people that I play with every 3 months. I mean, actually, I should probably actually clean up my friends list because there's some people that I don't even play with at all. I just have it on there, and I don't know, but it's considered like rude to delete somebody off your friends list. Like it's just a statement. Like you go online and you see somebody's went like disappeared, and you're like, motherfucker, that guy's deleted me. You know what I mean? Well, it really shouldn't bother you, but for some reason it does. It's just like, well, for me, that's the way I feel about the subject anyway. And anyway, next thing was YouTube. YouTube itself, because I started doing a few videos, uh, I've sent a few messages to the friends that are on my friends list, and one guy I says, "Oh, I'll do my first commentary. I mean, check it out or something." I can't remember what I said, but he sent me a message back saying, "What is it? Like, what do you mean?" And I don't know, maybe, but I thought it was like well-known knowledge, like because when I first started out trying to get better, and I watched like, I think the first video I watched was like a Hutch video, and then no sorry, but I think it was Blame Truth, and the second video I watched was Hutch, and because I wanted to get better, so I've just opened my world to like all these Call of Duty commentaries and montages, and to me I thought that was standard, like that's the normal thing. Whereas I think some people who play Call of Duty have never looked up Call of Duty on YouTube, but that never had even like crossed my mind. Like everybody on my friends list, I had just naturally assumed that they knew that there was this whole kind of online community of YouTubers, but I couldn't believe he was like, what are you talking about? So I had to like explain to him what it was. But I mean, I don't know. That's the way. That's my mentality. I never even thought for a second that anybody on my friends list just has no idea about this kind of whole wee world on the internet. Um, but as I said, this is like a 10.5 minute commentary, so we don't know how long we're going to commentate here. Because, say, it's only like my third commentary, and I don't know. Hopefully, I'll get better at it and things will improve. But for the moment, I mean, come on, 10.5 minutes long. That's a bitch of a commentary. Like Jesus. I mean, the thing I want to do is live commentaries. I think it's the most, for me, I like it the most because it's the most entertaining. Like, it's because I want things to be natural. Like when somebody has a genuine like emotion to something that happened, then that's the best thing to do. Rather than going like making the commentary, the gameplay, and put it together and going, oh right here, this is how I felt. Whereas you could actually see it, which is why I like XCal or DRJ, things like that, where like when something happens, like they react to it honestly, rather than saying how they felt later on. There was something else I wanted to talk about. Let's see if I can pull my head out my ass here. That's what it was. Black Ops 2. I mean, when I saw some of the trailers and stuff, I was like, yeah, this looks pretty good. But because of like MW3, I don't know. I think like any Call of Duty player, you kind of get fed up with the franchise. You're like, ugh, same recycled shit. You know what I mean? But I mean, for me, I liked MW2 so much because it was my first like game that I owned, and I played. Like, I think I've got like 35 days on that game. I think Black Ops, I got about 12 or something, only because I got to like the 14 Prestige, and then it just got boring. It was the same stuff, and then Modern Warfare 3, I've probably got about 12 days as well on that game. And when I thought, I don't know, it's just kind of, I was looking for something new, which is why I was playing like Borderlands like 2 years later after the game actually came out, and PlayStation Plus, just getting the free games off of there. Anything that I could play apart from like FPS games that I've played before. But I don't know. I have to say, Black Ops 2's look pretty fucking minted. I mean, from what I've seen for the Gamescom kind of online thing, the competitive teams that we're playing, I don't know, it looks pretty good. The only thing that annoys me is like, as much as it's futuristic, like if you listen to the sounds of like certain, like for example, the K package drop sounds exact the same as Black Ops. Like they've just recycled some of the sounds, which I don't really like. But I mean, also they've created new sounds, like the guns firing. Apparently, you can tell if somebody's like in a cave or like a portal cabin or something in a building. They all sound different, which I thought was pretty cool. So if you've got a headset, you can actually like tell if somebody's outside or inside. It's well, because I mean, I don't have the greatest of headsets. I mean, I know my friend says he can like pinpoint somebody exactly where they are, kind of thing. Whereas like I've got a kind of general idea of where they're going to be. I mean, if they're in a building, you can hear the footsteps. I mean, that's magic. But if they're outside, you can't really tell. So if somebody's outside and be like in a cave, and you can tell the difference, and I think that will help out a lot. But anyway, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. So, yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
spotted.